I'm looking for an ambush spot. Tell me what I see. Let's say I travel another 10 miles. So I've only got 20 on this tank of gas, but I'm going to go 10 miles. Do I spot another possible ambush site in that distance?
It's a gamble. It could hide you from sight, cutting the dust trail, but it's also a trap if the marauders box you in. And visibility's shit once you're inside. Could be more trouble waiting. Old Cog's eyeing it, twitching. There, Merc, there. Rocks like teeth. Good for hidden, good for breaking wheels. But, the ladies taught me, tight places squeeze the mind too. You've burned half your gas, got maybe 10 miles left, and the marauders are still on your tail, probably a bit closer now. This canyon's your best shot for an ambush. Could try spiking the path, setting up a rock fall, or just using the cliffs for a quick sniper shot with that janky revolver. Want to roll to set something up in the canyon, or make a different call, like hiding or pushing past it? What's Billy's play?
I'm going to take the time to do some kind of rock fall. God, this seems like it could be a waste of time. But I'm going to go ahead and set up a rock fall, and hopefully they'll wonder what I'm doing in this area, and I can just trip some big boulder that'll roll down on them. So how long does that take? And then I also take what's left of the canteen and I put it into the tank. And then I'm going to speed it up and go again. Hopefully this rock can damage their vehicle. I want to go for some kind of boulder that I can set up some kind of stick and maybe a tripwire so it'll roll down and maybe mess with their vehicles.
All right, Billy. You're eyeballing that narrow canyon ahead, seeing a chance to turn the tables with some old-school wasteland sabotage. You want to rig a boulder to roll down and smash those marauder vehicles trailing you, using a stick and maybe a tripwire for a trigger. The buggy's engine is coughing after that 10-mile sprint, with just enough gas for another 10 miles, and Old Cog's muttering beside you. Rocks, Merc, rocks. Crush him like the old world crushed my heart. The ladies would approve. You pull into the canyon, tires crunching on gravel, the low cliffs casting jagged shadows. Let's see how this trap setup goes. Roll those 2d6 for me to check your success, since you're handling Billy's dice. I'll use our standard right now. 2, 5, fail.
I got a 7.
Nice one, Billy. A 7 on 2d6, mixed result, so you're getting something done, but it's messy in this Mad Max Canyon shitstorm. You're scrambling with Old Cog in the narrow canyon, the buggy parked behind a jagged outcrop, engine ticking as it cools with only 10 miles of gas left. Those marauder engines are still rumbling in the distance, maybe a mile out, drawn by your dust trail. You spot a decent-sized boulder perched precariously on the cliff edge above the canyon's tightest point, perfect for rolling down to crush a vehicle or block the path. You grab a sturdy stick from the buggy's jump pile and some frayed wire from a raider's corpse to rig a tripwire trigger. With that 7, you manage to wedge the stick under the boulder and string the wire across the canyon floor, hidden in the gravel. It's set to yank the stick free when a vehicle hits it, sending the boulder tumbling. But here's the catch. The setup's shaky, the wire's taut but old, and there's a chance it could snap early or not pull the stick clean, leaving the boulder stuck. Plus, you're racing against time, and you hear those engines getting louder. Marauders are closing faster than you'd like, maybe a minute out. Old Cog's twitchy as hell, tapping his wrench and whispering, "Rocks fall, wheels break, just like the lady said. Trap him, Billy, trap him good. But don't let him trap us." You've got the trap set, but it's not perfect. Want to risk waiting to see if the marauders hit it? Double check the rig to improve your odds, might need another roll, or maybe reposition to snipe from the cliffs if the boulder fails. What's Billy's next move in this canyon ambush?
No, we got to go. I pour the rest of the canteen into my little dune buggy. Hopefully that'll get me further than 10 miles, and I'm back on the road again, just driving.
All right, Billy. You're not sticking around to see if that janky boulder trap works. Smart move, with those marauder engines growling closer in this Mad Max canyon. You grab that foul-smelling canteen of low-grade fuel and dump it into the dune buggy's tank, hoping it stretches your range past the measly 10 miles you've got left. Old Cog's practically vibrating, clutching his wrench and muttering, "Pour it, Merc, pour it. The ladies will wait, but the devils won't. Drive to the shine." You hop in, fire up the buggy, and peel out, tires spitting gravel as you shoot out of the canyon and back onto the open wasteland road, dust kicking up like a traitor's flag. Let's randomize how far that canteen fuel gets you and what the road's like. Mental 2d6 for the fuel's quality and range. 2-5 bad, 6-9 decent, 10-12 clutch. Rolled 4 + 3 again, 7. Decent enough. The canteen's fuel is dirty but burns, adding maybe another 15 miles to your tank, giving you roughly 25 miles total before you're bone dry. It's coughing a bit, engine sputtering with the bad mix, but you're moving. For the road, another 2d6 for conditions. Same scale. 3 plus 2, again. 5. Shit luck. The road's a cracked, sandy mess, littered with rusted debris from old wrecks. It's slowing you down, forcing you to weave, and that dust cloud's still screaming your location to anyone trailing, though you've got a bit of distance from the marauders after your canyon sprint. You're hauling ass, but the terrain's fighting you, and old cog's babbling. Keep driving, Billy. Past the broken teeth, past the bone fields. The shining place, it's close, I swear. Safe, safe with the silver ladies. You're not sure if he's full of it, but his talk of a safe bunker keeps nagging at you. Want to keep pushing straight? Try to lose the trail by cutting off road? Riskier with the fuel? Or maybe check if that boulder trap did anything to slow the marauders. What's Billy's call?
Well, I think I can see their dust trail as well. If they can see mine, I can see theirs. So let's assume I can see that they're hitting the rough area. They were only a few minutes behind me. And you'd resolve randomly with our same 2d6 system. Does the boulder take out whoever's following me? And I don't even know how many there are. I don't think there would be more than 3. But randomly, how many are following me? 1, 2, or 3. And then randomly, does the boulder do any good? And if it does it damage all of them or just some of them?
All right, Billy. You're tearing through the wasteland in your sputtering dune buggy. Old cog gibbering beside you about shining ladies and safe havens, while your eyes flick to the rear view. You spot it. A dust trail matching your own. Those marauder bastards hot on your tail. Maybe a few minutes back, weaving through the same shitty, debris-strewn road. You're banking on that janky boulder trap you rigged in the canyon to do something, anything, to slow him down. Let's randomize this chaos with our 2d6 system and figure out how many marauders are chasing and what that boulder does to him. How many marauders? Rolling 2d6 for the size of the pursuit. 2, 5, 1. 6, 9, 2. 10, 12, 3. 3 plus 4, again, 7. 2 marauders on your ass. Probably a pair of hopped-up motorcycles. Riders decked in spiked leathers, screaming war cries over their engines. Not a full warband, but enough to ruin your day if they catch up. Does the boulder trap work? Rolling 2d6 for the trap's effectiveness. 2 plus 3 again. 5. Damn, another failure. That rickety tripwire setup you made doesn't hold. Maybe the wire snapped early, or the stick didn't budge. Either way, the boulder stays put, useless on the cliff. The 2 marauders roar through the canyon unbothered, their bikes dodging the wire like it's just another piece of wasteland trash. Old Cog glances back, twitching. No crunch, Merc, no crunch. The rocks betrayed us, but the ladies won't. Keep driving. Since the trap's a bust, there's no damage to roll for. Both marauders are still coming, full speed, closing the gap to maybe 2 minutes now.
Got it. That's good. Hold on a second.
Your buggy's got about 25 miles.
Yep, I know I've got about 25 miles, but old Cog here, I can't tell if he's just crazy or does he actually know a place. So I think there's a lot of noise. We're driving, and I'm like, old man, what are you talking about? Where can we go to get away from this?
All right, Billy. You're gripping the wheel of the dune buggy, engine coughing like it's got a death wish, tearing through this Mad Max wasteland with a measly 25 miles of gas left. Those 2 marauder bikes are still on your tail, their dust trail a menacing smudge in the rear view, maybe 2 minutes back and gaining. The wind's howling, the buggy's rattling, and old Cog's in the passenger seat, rocking like a maniac, tapping his wrench on the dash, muttering nonsense about ladies and shine. You bellow over the noise. Old man, what the hell you yammering about? Where's this damn place we can hide from these bastards? Old Cog snaps his head toward you, eyes wild, spittle flying as he leans in, voice all gravel and madness. Huh, you think I'm just nuts, Merc? I seen it, Billy. Seen it with my own eyes before the world burned. The deep place. Safe. Oh, so safe. Down where the sand don't claw, where the silver ladies hum soft and sweet. His hands shake, pointing vaguely ahead to a horizon of jagged hills. Past the bone fields, past the broken teeth of the earth, there's a door, a metal door, hid in the rock. They kicked me out, said I was too wild, but I know the way. Shine, Merc. Shine in safety. Keep me breathing, and I'll lead you to paradise. He cackles, then whispers. But watch out their whispers. They twist you. His words are a fevered mix of truth and crazy, but there's something in his tone, a flicker of real memory maybe, about this hidden bunker with his so-called silver ladies. The Marauders' engines are loud.
All right, hold on. Hold on.
You got to decide if you trust.
So hold on. Well, I don't think I have to decide if I trust him. He sounds crazy as a loon, but it's clear he's saying there's a bunker. Silver Ladies seems weird and unhinged, but Bone Fields or whatever he said, I tell him to take me there. I mean, it might just be like a fort or something. I don't know, but can we make it in the 25 miles? I've got to think that's a very low probability. So could you give me just a percentile die roll? But I think for me to make it on the gas we have, I would only have about a 10% chance. Can you roll for that?
All right, Billy. You're leaning into this madness, shouting over the roaring engine at Old Cog, who's still jabbering about bone fields and silver ladies like he's half in another world. You bark. Fine, you crazy old bastard. Take me to this bunker or fort or whatever the hell it is. Let's move. Old Cog grins, all teeth and crazy eyes, pointing toward those jagged hills ahead. Bone fields. Past him. Merc. The metal door waits. Safe. So safe. Ha! The ladies will sing for us. The buggy's rattling. 2 Marauder bikes still trailing. Their engines a snarling threat maybe a minute back. With only 25 miles of gas left, you're betting it all on this unhinged coot's directions. But you're right. It's a long shot to make it that far on this sputtering tank. You're calling for a percentile roll, pegging the odds at a brutal 10% chance to reach the bunker without running dry. Fair enough. Let's roll a D100 to see if you make it. 1 to 10 success, 11 to 100 fail, since you set the odds. Rolling now. 83. Shit, Billy, that's a hard fail. The buggy's burning through that nasty fuel faster than you'd hoped. The canteen's bad mix is clogging the engine, making it choke and sputter. You push maybe 15 miles, weaving through the cracked desert toward those hills Old Cog's ranting about. But the gauge is kissing empty, and the engine's coughing like it's got 1 foot in the grave. You're still short of the bone fields, wherever the hell they are, and the Marauder bikes are gaining. Their dust trails
So here's the deal.
to make out the glint of chrome.
Now, I'm a mercenary, there's no doubt. The only gas that I can get now is off of those motorcycles, and they probably don't have much left either. I've got to stop, even if who knows, maybe I got a little bit of gas, but I got to stop, set up an ambush, and then engage these guys. So is there an area around that I could set up an ambush? I'm going to roll 2d6. And I only got a 6, so tell me what I see.
All right, Billy. You're a stone-cold Merc, and you know the jig's up with this coughing dune buggy. Barely a few miles of gas left, and those 2 Marauder bikes are screaming closer, their dust trails like a middle finger in your rear view. You're done running. It's time to stop, set up an ambush, and take these bastards out to snag whatever fuel's in their tanks. Old Cog's in the passenger seat, twitching like a live wire, muttering. Stopping? Ah, smash him, Merc. Smash him like the old world smashed me. The ladies will wait. You slam the brakes, scanning for a spot to make your stand in this Mad Max hellhole. You roll a 6 on 2d6. Mixed result on our 2-5 fail. 6-9 mixed. 10-12 success scale. Not ideal, but you've got something to work with. Here's what you see. The terrain shifted slightly as you've limped along. A stretch of rocky outcrops juts out of the sand. Not quite a canyon, but a cluster of eroded stone pillars, maybe 10 feet high, scattered like broken teeth. There's enough cover to hunker down behind 1 or 2, and a narrow gap between them could funnel those bikes if you're clever. Problem is, the ground's mostly open beyond that, so if you miss your shot or they flank you, you're exposed. Plus, the wind's kicking up sand, cutting visibility, which could screw your aim or hide a marauder's approach. You've got that janky revolver with 3 rounds.
Okay, hold on.
Sawed-off shotgun that
Hold
might
on.
jam, and whatever knives you grabbed.
Hey, hold on.
Cog's clutching his wrench, wild-eyed,
Grok.
whispering.
Hold on.
Rocks hide us, Merc, but they see the dust too. Hit him quick. The Marauders are maybe 30 seconds out.
All right, Grok. Grok.
Packing blades or lightning.
Hey, hold on. All right, I have some other weapons from as we were playing. So I also have a crossbow with 7 bolts. I have a 9mm Beretta with 3 bullets. I have a hatchet, a machete, and of course I have my trusty Bowie knife that I get a +1 on an attack bonus. I am going to set an ambush. First, do you understand the weapons I've given you?
Yo, Billy, I hear you loud and clear, Merc. You're gearing up to ambush these 2 Marauder bikes in this Mad Max shitstorm, and you've got a better arsenal than I thought. Let's run it back. You've got a crossbow with 7 bolts, a 9mm Beretta with 3 bullets. Guess that's the janky revolver we mentioned.
No.
Now it's a Beretta.
No. It's not the janky revolver. That's new. I had these other weapons already. So, and I know the number was confusing. The revolver had 3 rounds. I've got to clean that revolver before I'll trust using it unless I'm in a pinch. But here's what I want to set up. At those stone pillars, I'm going to set the little dune buggy out, and I want old Cog to lay there like maybe I've attacked him or maybe we got ambushed. But I'm going to be hiding behind one of those pillars. Old Cog's job is to draw these, I don't know how many there are, but to draw the two motorcyclists in close, at which point he can either hit him with a wrench or I'm going to hit him with my bolt or with my crossbow. I do give him the revolver. I kind of check the rounds and make sure it looks like it'll function. It's got a firing pin, so I do give him the revolver so that he could use that too. That's the ambush I'm setting up for these guys. Do you understand?
Got it, Billy. You're setting up a wicked ambush, like the cunning Merc you are. And I'm tracking your arsenal now. No mix-up with the janky revolver. You've got a crossbow with 7 bolts, a 9mm Beretta with 3 bullets, a hatchet, a machete, and your trusty Bowie knife with a +1 attack bonus. That revolver with 3 rounds is separate, still needing a clean before you trust it, but you're giving it to old Cog after a quick check to make sure it's got a firing pin and looks like it'll shoot. You're in this Mad Max wasteland, engine sputtering, with maybe 10 miles of gas left, and those 2 Marauder bikes are bearing down, about 30 seconds out. Let's set the scene for this ambush. You're at those eroded stone pillars, a scattered cluster of 10-foot-high rocks in the sandy waste. Your plan's brutal. Park the dune buggy out in the open like it's been ditched, and have old Cog sprawl beside it, playing bait, looking like he's been jumped or you both got hit. You're hiding behind one of those pillars, crossbow ready to pop a bolt into whichever Marauder gets close. Old Cog's got the revolver you handed him, 3 rounds, and his trusty wrench to crack skulls if it comes to it. His job is to lure those 2 bikers in close, thinking they've got easy prey, only for you to nail him. Old Cog nods, wild-eyed but game, muttering, play dead? I can do dead, Merc. Drawn to the lady's song, then bang. He flops by the buggy, clutching the revolver in one hand, wrench in the other, sprawled in the dirt like he's taken a beating, mumbling just loud enough to sound pathetic. Help! Merc's gone! Shiny ladies, save me! The pillars give you decent cover. You're crouched low, crossbow loaded, ready to strike. The Marauders' engines are roaring closer. 2 bikes, riders probably armed with blades or light guns, drawn by the buggy and Cog's act. Since you rolled a 6 earlier for finding this spot, it's a mixed bag, good cover, but open ground beyond, so you've got 1 shot to make this count before they can flank or bolt. Want to roll 2d6 for how well the ambush setup works, like if Cog sells the act, or if the Marauders take the bait. Or you want me to describe them rolling in and let you pick your first target. What's Billy's call?
All right, I like your idea of them rolling in. So I want you to handle that. Describe to me as they're rolling in and how they react to this scene that I've set up. And then I will cut in to let you know when I'm ready. I've got the crossbow ready. I'm going to try to use these crossbow bolts. I have 7 of them to shoot them at range. But I don't know that there's only 2 motorcycles. And you're going to have to tell me, is it a single rider per motorcycle, or are there 2 people on these bikes? I don't know. So you randomize that, and then you let me know how they roll into this ambush site that I've set up. Go for it.
All right, Billy. You're crouched behind one of those jagged stone pillars in this Mad Max wasteland, crossbow loaded with one of your 7 bolts, sweat stinging your eyes as you peer out, ready to make these Marauders regret chasing you. The dune buggy's parked out in the open, looking abandoned, and old Cog's playing his part like a champ, sprawled in the dirt next to it, looking like he's been jumped, clutching the janky revolver with 3 rounds in one hand and his wrench in the other, moaning just loud enough. Merc, left me, shiny ladies, where are you at? The engines roar closer, and that dust trail you saw in the rear view is now spitting 2 chrome-glinting motorcycles into view, tearing across the sandy waste toward your ambush site. First, let's randomize the riders with a quick 2d6 roll. 2-5, 1 rider per bike. 6-9, 1 bike with 2 riders, 1 with 1. 10-12, 2 riders each. Rolled 4 plus 3 equals 7. Mixed result, so 1 bike's got a single rider, a wiry bastard in spiked leathers, goggles gleaming, probably packing a machete or pistol. The other's got 2, a beefy driver with a chain-wrapped arm and a scrawny gunner perched behind, clutching what looks like a sawed-off shotgun. 3 Marauders total then, rolling in hot, their bikes snarling like rabid dogs. They hit the ambush site, slowing as they spot the buggy and old Cog's pathetic act. The single rider, let's call him Spike, raises a fist to signal the other bike to fan out, circling the buggy warily, about 30 feet off. His bike growls low, and he shouts, "Look at this! Old man's down! Merc's bolted!" The 2-rider bike, called the driver Tank and the gunner Rat, pulls closer, maybe 20 feet from Cog, tires crunching gravel. Rad's got that shotgun aimed loosely, scanning for you, but they're buying the bait, thinking you're long gone. Old Cog whimpers louder. Help! Don't hurt me! Paradise! It's close! Playing up the broken act, his revolver hidden under his coat. The wind's kicking sand, giving you a bit of cover behind the pillar, but you see Spike dismount, drawing a rusty machete, stalking toward Cog like he's gonna finish him. Tank keeps the bike idling, while Rad's still sweeping with the shotgun, twitchy. They haven't spotted you yet, but they're spread out enough to make your first shot tricky. Spike's closest to Cog, exposed, but Rad's got that gun ready to blast if you break cover. Your crossbow's locked and loaded, 6 more bolts after this shot. Old Cog's eyes flick towards your pillar, barely noticeable, waiting for you to make a move. What's Billy doing? Pick a target and roll 2d6 for that crossbow shot, or hold off and signal Cog to act first with a revolver or wrench. You tell me when you're cutting in.
Yep, that's perfect. I'm going to signal the Cog, or maybe we predid it. He's got to take this guy with this revolver. Now, it may not fire, in which case he's going to have to use the wrench. But the guy that's coming up to finish him with the machete, I want Cog to try to take that guy out. That'll also be my distraction, at which point I will fire the bolt at the guy with the sawed-off shotgun. Set it up and let's do it. It's getting really, really good. Tell me that wasn't entertaining. Wow, that is way better than Grok 3. Woo!